Okay, welcome back to Tactical Air Rifleman. Today I'm going to be talking about shooting belt, or as I like to call it, a tactical shooting belt. Now I'm going to do some more videos on tactical air rifleman shooting drills involving assault rifles, as you can see behind me, magazine fed CO2 gas operated air rifles. Now if you've got a magazine and also if you've got a semi-automatic pistol, you want a holster, and you want pouches. So the best solution I've come up with is in front of you here. That's what I call a tactical shooting belt. I've heard them called war belts. I've heard them called duty belts. It's basically a generic term for what's evolved over the last few years. Obviously, you're going to need a holster, you're going to need pouches, and the other bits and pieces on here I'm going to be going over shortly. Now, why a belt and not a chest rig or an assault vest? Well, the drills I'm going to be going over involve basically this setup. And also, if you're going onto an air rifle range, or if you're shooting in your back garden, you don't really want to go all Rambo'd up, looking like a member of SEAL Team 1. The range staff might not quite like it, and your neighbours certainly will. You don't want the police knocking on your door with live rifles, so I actually recommend this setup. There's lots of videos out there on the internet showing something similar, but they're mainly aimed for serving forces, special forces, and law enforcement agencies. So the options they're actually bringing out are very expensive. Now, obviously, we're air rifle shooters. We don't want to spend a fortune. So I'm going to show you a lot cheaper version that I found out. I've looked around, and this is the version I've come up with. So to start with, you'll need the belt. Now, this is your basic bog standard mole belt. If you're unaware what mole is, mole's a company, been around for a little while. They make carriage systems. So they've got belts, they've got assault vests. It's all very similar. And basically, there's straps sewn into the actual system here with slots. You get the pouch, whatever it is, being a holster or whatever pouch, with straps at the back that slot in. And they just slot in, and you can do whatever makeup you want. The straps themselves, when you slot in, aren't strong enough to actually hold the system on. If you're going to start running around, I also recommend cable ties or zip ties. So once you've actually fitted whatever pouch it is on, also on a cable tie, zip tie through the back, cut it down, goes away, and it stops your pouch falling off on the range in front of everyone, and you're looking a right tit. So starting with the belt itself, as I say, mole belt. I found this on eBay for £15. Now, these come up to about £100. If you want to spend £100, fair enough. But this was on eBay, comes in all different colours, and I've gone for black. £15, and it's worked perfectly fine. I did find the strap wasn't that good. It kept on coming undone. So luckily, I had another buckle. Sorry, not strap. The buckle. I had another buckle on a mole assault pack I had, which I just took off and put on there. You can buy buckles separately online, various sites as well. Also, the belts come in different lengths. As you can see, I'm a man size, so I obviously needed a longer belt, but make sure when you're ordering the belt that you actually get the length of it right. Also the thickness. Now this one wasn't that thick. You can get them a lot thicker, sort of this sort of size. Now I didn't need that. I didn't see a requirement for that, so I went to say with this option. I will be putting links at the end of the video onto all the kit that I'm going to be showing as well. So that's your belt sorted. Now starting from my right, your left, going along, I've got a tourniquet pouch. Why do you need a tourniquet? You're only firing an air rifle. It's got really bad if you need to use a tourniquet. However, I've gone for the basic setup, the generic setup that everyone seems to use for the belt. So it looks the part, but also if you're going onto a live range where live weapons are used, it's best to have one in case you do need it, than not to have one and not need it. So a tourniquet pouch. I've got this on eBay. This is a plastic one. They do range in price, but this is the one I actually found I liked, was £18. Again, it just straps on the back, and I've put a cable tie through it. Tourniquet itself, if you've never seen what I'm talking about, a tactical tourniquet, there you go. They've been around for a little while. In the old days, soldiers would use a belt to wrap around a bit of string, cable ties even. Then they came up with this tactical tourniquet. I believe it was Iraq they first came out. Saved a lot of lives. You can buy these anywhere, to be quite honest. eBay, Amazon, first aid sites. And they range from about £7 up to about £15 each. Also, when you put the tourniquet in the pouch, take it out of its plastic wrapping, because if you're going to need it, you don't want to take it. You have to faff around taking the plastic wrapping off as well. So that's your tourniquet. Moving along, holster. Now, I've tried a few holsters. I didn't like drop leg holsters. This is the best holster I found for the money. It's a copy of a far more expensive American holster. I believe I got this on AliExpress for £28. Now, if you haven't used AliExpress before, when you go on it, you can get the same option for different prices depending what time of day it is as well. I've seen these about £10 if you're lucky, but this particular one costs £28. It can also be removed. There we go. So this one's for a Glock 17. This is my Umarex Generation 5 Glock 17. It's held in place by a clip here. So just go through. The reason that's removable is if you've got other pistols, you can buy the holster section again for your pistol, and I have to remove the actual clipping it goes into. So very good. Comes in all different colours. I've obviously gone for black. And as I say, £28 on AliExpress. If you want to go for the one that this is copied from, they're over £100. I think about £120. But as I say, I don't want to spend the earth. This is a hobby at the end of the day. It's perfectly adequate. I've had that for 6 months. It's perfectly fine and it works fine. So, as I say, you can go for a drop leg holster if you want, but I don't like them. I prefer this one. This did come with a strap to go around my leg. I didn't like that. I've been that. I've been using this for a long time now. I have no issues at all. Moving along. Now, I've actually got a 9mm pistol magazine pouch, a double. Now, these aren't for magazines. I've got a torch and I've got a multi-tool. I roll with a Gerber. Very useful, both of them, obviously, if you're on a range with a torch, multi-uses, but also when you're dealing with a weapon to look inside, if you're cleaning it, if you get stoppage, look inside. Multi-tool, obviously, with a screwdriver on it, when you're zeroing your sights and that sort of thing. The pouch itself, I got on, well, where have I got it written down here? eBay for £5. This is your bog standard 9mm pistol magazine pouch. Now you can get these anywhere. I'm going to say eBay, Amazon do them, AliExpress. I've seen them from £5 up to about £15, which is perfectly fine. As I say, again, straps on the back, and then I put a couple of cable ties, zip ties through to hold it in place. Moving along, first aid pouch. Why do I need a first aid pouch on a shooting belt? Well, it's always useful to have a bit of first aid no matter where you are. Bearing in mind, you're firing projectile weapons, you do get ricochets, you can get an injury, and also if you're going onto a live range, say you could get serious injury, so it's best to have one on. Also, it sort of evens out the pouch and the weighting's right and it looks good. The one I've gone for came from Amazon. I believe it was £26. Now this is the one that all the sites recommend. This is a copy, obviously, of a lot more expensive one, about £80, I think, that's held on by, and it's Velcroed on, so you can take it off straight away to get to it. I've gone over the top, being ex-British Army, and put in what I would like in a first aid pouch, purely because, obviously, my training, I like to have a few more things. So I've got a couple of first field dressings, triangular bandage, Asherman chest seal. I've got another tourniquet, some plasters. I've even gone for some arterial clamps. But that's just me. If you're going to do something, do it properly. You don't have to. Just have a couple of plasters and a first field dressing, if you like. But as I say, I've gone for a more professional look. And it's a very good pouch. As I say, this was £26 from Amazon. And they come in all colours. Again, straps on the back through the actual fittings of the belt, and then you put on cable ties to secure it in place. Moving along, dump pouch. Now, what's a dump pouch? It's an American invention for where you put an empty magazine. A lot of American drills, and you'll see later on when I go on to Mel-Pres drills and all the other drills, they throw their magazine onto the floor. Now, in British Army, we weren't taught to do that. Magazine used to go back into your pouch or down your Bracken pocket, down your front of your smock, because you might need the magazine again. Also, air rifles. These aren't 5.56 magazines. These are air rifle magazines. This costs about £60 a hit. I don't want to go launching it onto the floor. It will break it. So I'll go for the dump pouch. What's a dump pouch? Basically, as you see, it's a large pouch. Got a drawer cord on it as well. You want to tighten it up. It can also, actually, I think it's a very good idea. It folds away, so it straps up. I'll show you how. When you're not using it, if you don't want to use it, you're on a range doing other stuff, and it just folds up very neatly. See how that goes? And then just release it like so. Now, as I say, it's designed for magazines, but if you're actually on a range and you're not doing mag work, you can put other stuff in there as well. You put sandwiches, packet crisps, water, whatever you want. Waterproof can go in there as well. So, very useful bit of kit. Again, it's held on with the mole strap, and I've cable tied it as well. You can get these anywhere. I've seen this. I've got this on eBay. Actually, £6, but AliExpress do them. Amazon do them. They come in all different colours, but £6 is not bad, is it? Moving along. This is my rifle magazine, fast loading, quick loading pouch, whatever you like to call them. As you can see, it's like half the actual size of a normal rifle pouch. Now the magazine fits in like so. And the idea is you can quickly grab it and pull it out. Now there are two plastic lugs, I think you can see them in there, that hold it in place. You can get these different sizes. As I say, this one is a fairly short one, but it holds it in place and run around with it, it doesn't fall out. You can get double or single ones of these. I've also seen ones that come as a two pistol mags and a rifle mag all complete as well, so you can fill your boots whatever you want. I've gone for the single one because that seems to be what a lot of people are using, and for the drills I'm doing, I'm only doing one mag change, but you can put a second magazine pouch on there as well. There's enough room if you want. I've got this on AliExpress, and this cost me £5. Again, very, very cheap. You can pay 15, 20, 30 pounds for them. I'll say I've had this 6 months, done loads of drills on it, it works fine. And again, it's the mole fitting that fits on and you cable tie it on. So that's your quick or fast loading or speed loading pouch. As I say, AliExpress, Amazon, eBay, lots of other companies. Moving on to my pistol pouches, and again, exactly the same as my pouches that I'm using for my torch and my motor tool. Again, I've got these off eBay. I believe they were £5, and it's your normal bog standard 9mm pistol magazine pouches. Now they do speed loading pouches like the rifle pouch for these little half ones with brackets inside to hold your mags. I didn't bother with that. I thought I'm going to try a normal one anyway, which I have done, and it works fine. So my spare magazine I fit in, and I just have the strap down as usual, and then the actual quick mag, all I've done is I've put a bit of plastic in the bottom to hold it out, and it's, as you can see, it comes out just slightly higher up, so I can grab it and reload it very quickly, and that works fine. So I've been using this for 6 months. That's worked perfectly fine. But as I say, if you don't want to go for that option, you can go for the actual proper speed loading pouches like this one for the pistol magazine. All in all, this comes to just over, I think, £110. Now, if you're buying one that you see on the various YouTube sites that all the specialists recommend, you're spending about 300 quid. So that's quite a saving. As I say, it's cheap, but it works. You know, at the end of the day, you don't have to spend a fortune. And I say, this is the rig that I recommend. You don't have to put on first aid pouch. To say you don't need a tourniquet. You do want a proper, decent pistol holster. And you do want a speed loading pouch, and you do want either speed loading or pistol magazine pouches. For the drills that I'm going to be going onto on my other videos to come, I've already done one video that wasn't that good. I did it on my phone, and I did the same video. I included the belt kit, which didn't come out well, which is why I'm doing one where you can see it better. You can actually hear me this time, and I can explain a lot more about the kit that I'm going to be using for the future videos as well. Just to talk about the rifles. The main rifles I'm going to be using are the Crosman series. That's a Crosman SBR. And behind me is the next one up, the Crosman R1, basically the same rifle. Gas operated, CO2 gas operated, magazine fed, semi-automatic air rifle based on the AR-15. Pistol that I'm going to be using on my later videos as well is the Umarex Glock 17 Generation 5 semi-automatic gas operated air pistol that takes 1 CO2 gas, as you can see, and this one actually takes 21 45177 pellets. Blowback action as you fire in it. It works just like your live Glock 17, so you do get a bit of recoil when you're firing it. It's a good pistol, I recommend it. They do a BB version of this. Glock 17 air pistols have been around for a while, but I'd recommend getting the blowback one because you want to do proper drills and feel like you're actually doing it with a live weapon. Same with my rifles, they're both all blowback as well. I hope this is useful. I'm going to be talking about, on my next video, setting up the actual range stop when you actually find the range itself, to then go on to, after that, I'm going to be doing videos of the various firing drills, tactical shooting drills. I hope you find it useful. Any comments, please feel to leave. And I'll be putting links on for the kit that I've shown now. Thanks very much.